Can you imagine a Nigeria where reforms are not abandoned? Where progress does not reset every time power changes hands? Where reforms are not paused, rebranded, or quietly abandoned after scarce resources have been expended? Because in this country, the hardest work has already been done. The thinking, the research, the recommendations. And then, quietly abandoned. Not because the solutions failed, but because implementing them was inconvenient. When progress is launched but never finished. We announce reforms, we fund them, we start the work. A few months pass, a few years pass, and everything quietly stops. Nigeria has held multiple police reform panels. Reports were written, recommendations were made. Most were never implemented. Not because they lacked merit, but because they outlived the political moments that created them. The Administration of Criminal Justice Act was designed to reduce delays, prevent abuse, and modernize our courts. Years later, implementation remains uneven, underfunded, and quietly deprioritized. Security reform blueprints were drafted to improve intelligence sharing, coordination, and early warning systems. But while reports gathered dust, bandits and terrorists advanced. Momentum stalled and vulnerability grew. Power sector reform promised competition, accountability, and reliable electricity. Parts were implemented, others were abandoned. The result: a system stuck between policy and practice, funded but unfinished. The Oronsaye report proposed a leaner, more efficient public service. It was widely circulated, debated, and acknowledged. But for years, it remained largely unimplemented, while the cost of governance continued to rise. Different sectors, different reforms. The same pattern: launched, funded, announced, then paused, renamed, or abandoned. In Nigeria, progress often depends not on effectiveness, but on political ownership. And when ownership changes, progress resets. Real reform is not about new ideas. It is about protecting progress from political change. Letting systems finish their work, regardless of who is in power. Can you imagine a Nigeria where recommendations don't die on shelves, where reforms are not abandoned, and where leadership is willing to give up excess, privilege, and convenience in service of the public good? Because the future does not need new slogans. It needs courage, it needs continuity, and it needs leaders who are willing to finish what they start. Can you imagine?